everybody. I don't have an intro because I'm still. No, I'm flipping out because this guy tried to have sex with a cow. I can't get that. I can't.
Well, actually looked like the cow was trying to give him a blowy, but let me suck your udders.
yeah. That cow went down. Look at that. You know, he's even got his feet up like you're not letting go until I'm done. Fucking fuck, man. What is wrong with people?
Well, he's Russian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That explains about half of it.
It is funny that he's called a Russian tourist. Wouldn't that have been funny if that's what Putin called the invasion into the Ukraine?
Tourism.
It's just tourism. They're on a tour of Ukraine.
Just stretching the legs on a few armored vehicles. You know.
Where's the beach?
It's not in Kiev. But I mean, the guy's Russian and he tried to have sex with a cow. It just tells you everything you need to know.
No, it doesn't. It gives you a lot of questions.
Well, Bobo in the chat, the ultimate teabag. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You might notice there's something different on the set behind me, and I'll show you what it is if you haven't figured it out in a little bit. Something cool happened. So,
ooh.
Yeah. So, let's see here.
Branding. You'll have to get rid of that.
Uh-oh. So, let's see here. What else there was a couple things we didn't get to that were pretty funny, so we will get to them, but, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Any extra thoughts we didn't get to there in the show you wanted to get? I'm still in shock that a man tried to have sex with a cow. It's just, I can't.
Well, I find it incredible that you went and asked the bull first.
That's true. You know, maybe he just sure if they're like swingers, and he was just like, "Hey, dude, you mind?" You know.
Well, yeah, you find a couple in an open field, they're bound to be up to no good. And dog inside.
Yeah. Bobo in the chat says they're fish in the tank. No, there's always a few fish in there. They're just really little guys. I still got to get like a couple of shrimp and a snail or something. And there's a little auto catfish guy sucking up algae in there too. They just seem to be so small that you never actually see them on camera. You
should give them name badges or something so we can spot them.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe I'll get an AI and it'll point it out and put the name up. Right? You know,
tie a ribbon to the back of them so we can see that swimming around.
Maybe I could get some of those wind up fake ones just to little electric ones. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, the open sign had that for a while now. That's a funny little game. Yes, Mick's got it. It's the mini beer cooler here, and it's actually like a real working one, and there's beer in it, so I don't have to get out of my chair and leave Dunk hanging anymore. I can just reach behind me for another drink.
Well, yeah, we definitely got to get rid of that branding off the front of that. Can't have that. If the YouTube will look and go, "Oh, this is a sponsored show."
yeah. Imagine that, eh? That would be kind of funny. But maybe I could put like a vinyl wrap on it or something. You never know. Well,
just put the beer of the week on there.
Yeah, but there's been this ongoing thing when we're on like pub chats and hangout shows, and because every 20 minutes or something I get up to get a beer, and now I don't have to.
Yeah,
and it was free too because some idiot couldn't fix it. It's funny. But first I got a reminder for you. So we're doing a thing now where we're gonna have like a second little clips channel just to put funny little clips from our shows up, and it's also going to go up on like a few of the other services like TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. Because we need
we don't mean Matt's channel.
Yeah. What?
Because he's always taking clips and putting them on his channel.
Oh yeah. Right. He does a good job of finding funny ones too. But so what we're going to do is we're going to leave it up to the viewers to decide what parts should be clips. So when you're watching one of our shows and a funny moment happens, if you think it's funny enough to be a clip, put hashtag timestamp in the live chat. And we have the ability to turn timestamps on. And so we'll see when everybody puts hashtag timestamp in. And the more people that put it, the more votes that one gets. So the ones with the most votes will be put up as clips and stuff. And we'll see if we can bring more people into the Shills family fold to be watching and enjoying the shows.
But you know what we should do? We should have a little practice. So what I want you to do, Dick, is press the... Not yet. I want you to press the an episode completely different.
Okay.
And then I will say something funny, and then everybody says hashtag timestamp in the chat.
All right.
Practice run, everybody. Okay.
Okay. You wanted this one, right? Oh shit. Okay, hold on. It was this one.
And now for something completely different.
Yes, Camel Toes. For all your desert towing needs, you go to Camel Toes, TOWS. They're the best. They're the best. Go on there. Come on, everybody. Practice.
All right. So here we go. We got some action.
Yeah, now you got it.
Yeah, and this is, and then the mod team and whatnot will be keeping track of this, and boom, away we go. So that's the new thing on the Shills channel. Doesn't matter what show it is, Ukraine update, 42 show, whatever. If you think something's funny, put timestamp in the chat, or a spelling error version of it, because we'll accept that as well.
I like Keith Kane has put in there. He has the same issues that I have of doing camel toes as an emoji. So he's got a picture of a camel and then a foot. Because there is no emoji for toes.
Oh yeah. Hey, King Cruz in the chat. How you doing, man? Good to see you too. Man, that's been a while. Good. Not good that it's never mind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So glad you've been away for so long. we haven't missed you at all.
I realized how badly I fucked that up as soon as it came out of my yapper.
Glad you're back because you owe us money.
All right. So there was, though, there's a couple things I wanted to get to. And every time we start one of these more hangout shows, I'm like, and then I forget. It seems like I can't remember them until I get to like the third beer.
Well, I got a special thanks to do. Yeah, considering we're talking fridge repairs, I'd like to say thanks out to my lead in the dunk squad, Teresa Anspar out there, who has come through and sent me the appropriate part from America to fix my fridge, which is nearly all up and running. There's a few other things with it, but but it now works. Sort of. It's a bit stupid. But it works, and so thank you, Teresa, for doing that. It's very, very, very kind of you.
That's awesome.
So,
they're heavy alcoholics, so having an ice maker that works is a very big deal.
And normally we have to open the door and everything.
That's just crazy, right? I mean, whoever thought that was acceptable? You know,
it is kind of funny because now it works again. I realize why we stopped using it, because it just pisses ice everywhere all over the floor. Never mind.
You know what that means, though? You just have to have a glass ready. So, in my opinion of the situation,
I know that.
No, but it's not a fault of the machinery. It's a fault of the user. You're not drinking enough.
I'm not walking up to the fridge, pressing the button, and having all this crushed ice come spilling out and go, now I need to get a glass. I wish I planned this out a bit better.
See, yeah, but that you just have to, buy cheaper booze and drink more of it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I said to him, it's amazing to have the ice maker and all that stuff working, especially when you drink wine and as such, you don't need ice. And he says, I do.
Yeah, no, I plonk a couple of ice cubes in my wine. I know, wine snobs are going to tut and wag their little fingers, but I'm just drinking cheap wine. Who cares? Just like it cold.
Yeah, it probably lessens the hangover a bit to dilute it a little.
Yeah. It does make it last just a tiny little bit longer.
Yeah. I almost got a box to last a day. It only took 12 ice cubes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I do love it when you hear people talking about wine. You go, I love these screw top bottles because you can have a glass and put the top back on and have it for another day.
Yeah.
What do you mean another day? What are you talking about? Once that top's off, that's it. It's
gone. Gone, right? Okay, here, I'm just changing this whole chat pop-up thing so we can make better use of it again. That's not bad there. There's no real, okay. What do you think, everybody? How's that for a spot for the chat pop-up now? We'll get it a little bit bigger, back in action again. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, we got a shout out. Banter Olsen, no less.
Wait.
What?
But the chat pop-up thing has got the link to the after show they're already on.
Oh, yeah, I wonder why it's got that. Here, let me...
What's the point in that?
Here, let me go like this. I think I can do something about that. There. Okay, I refreshed it, so now we can start with new pop-ups. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Good call.
All right, get on with it.
Okay. I'm lost now. I don't know what I was saying.
Shout out.
Oh, yes. Petra Olsen came in with Swedish kroner, 129 of them, too. With love to Ukraine. Boom. With hard, strong-armed love, it gets sent right to them. And we're actually, I contacted a couple of people in the background because I was looking to see if we couldn't get some cash sent to people that are participating in the incursion directly, because wouldn't that be kind of cool? But we'll see. I'm not really sure at this point.
Yeah, send it to the Ukrainian tourist board.
Yeah. Yeah. If you missed it earlier, we had a couple of funny AI image we used earlier about the Kursk vacation. There's this one here with the guys outside the hotel having a drink. And then there's this one. And I guess that's a special military unit there because they look to be a little bit bigger. And this one, I do believe, was an artist rendition just because they had somebody with some mad skills. And unfortunately, though, that's the inside of the place. So, for the Ukrainians to really enjoy kicking back with a beer after shift, I think they're going to have to clean that place up.
It looks like a shop from Blade Runner.
AI Alchemist, you can find that user online in a couple of the AI forums and stuff, is the one doing that up for us. So, funny stuff. And we have tomorrow on the show for Ukraine Update, we're going to be going through Google reviews to see some of the new Ukrainian reviews of some of the locations that they now seem to be visiting. So it's pretty funny. We've got some good ones. I tried to get it ready for today, but I've got this thing going on during the day because I'm taking antibiotics for that bad tooth thing still, and they totally tear my guts up. So I was all motivated, and then I took pills, and then I was down for like 3 hours, and I just didn't get it done for today.
Well, if you don't want upsetting your stomach, you should shove them up your bum. Suppository.
Yeah, no, that's a French thing.
You got to push a long way before it starts affecting your teeth, though.
Yeah. Anybody got a plunger? You just use a little crazy glue, stick it to the top, and have yourself a sit down. Oh man. Yeah, the antibiotics, they should see the pills they gave me too. They're like freaking huge. Every time I take one, I can just literally feel it getting stuck, and I have to drink like a liter of water to try to clear it. And I think what happens is the water just dissolves it enough so that it can finally get. It's ridiculous. Why the fuck does it have to be so big? Can't there just be like 2 of them? You know? The fuck, man. You know? I'm not a goddamn horse. You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fridge story. So I'm in a townhouse complex, like a lot of you might know by now because I talk about it sometimes. And we got a little spot over by the mailboxes where if you have something cool but you don't want it anymore, you put it there so others can see it and go, "I'll have that." And this little fridge was sitting out there. So I opened the door to look in it, and the electronics for the thing were inside of it with the cables and everything and a little baggie of screws and stuff. So I look at the back and all the electronics had been removed from it. So I grabbed it and brought it home because, I mean, I'm really good with a soldering iron and I know how electronics work. And I set it down and I got out my reading glasses because, yes, I'm old. And I looked and the little power switch had blown up. Like it was literally just black and charred, this little PCB. So I deleted it from the mix and rewired the power directly to the main board in the places that it literally told me where to solder it in. And I put it back together and it works great. My beer is cold. It's awesome. It's one of those things where it's not like a real refrigerator. It uses one of those electric devices that takes heat from one side and blows it out the other. And then it's got a big heat sink on the back with a fan. And that's all that cools it. But it's pretty small.
It's called magic.
Yeah. The underpants gnomes, they built it. So, But yeah, it was a good little score. You know, it pays to know things. Hey, we've got Demetrius Ziganovas. And he came in with a direct donation of $10 for the beer fund. That was some button dancing. Thanks, Demetrius. I love reading beer fund.
Maybe it's for the beard fund.
Oh, there's a real beard fund because my trimmer, like you notice, I'm never really clean shaven. I just use an electric trimmer thing. It freaking died last time. I barely got through my last go. So I got to go to the store and get another one. Anybody got a recommendation out there for a good brand?
I always thought you'd get your face chewed by badgers or something.
Beavers. I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
They just sharpen their teeth a bit and they just go. Yeah. No, I just use a trimmer thing because it's just so much quicker than actually like really shaving. I just can't be bothered, you know?
Oh, no, I use a trimmer. Yeah,
a weed trimmer?
Weed whacker. Yeah, no, I've always hated shaving too because it's just like, it's just horrible and it just hurts and all that kind of stuff. So I've always just used like a beard trimmer.
Yeah, I seem to be sensitive skinned because no matter if I use the circular razor or the bar razor or actual blades, and it doesn't matter if there's 37,000 blades or only 2, they always seem to just annoy me. So I just gave up. I was like, fuck this. You know, nobody in Hollywood bothers shaving anymore. Why should I? You know?
Well, no,
their faces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think Scarlett Johansson's running around with a Frau Garden, you know?
No, but she's got a massive mustache, though.
Lady Williams is completely jealous.
That's that 5 o'clock shadow that she's got across her chin.
Oh. Consumer tip: shave your dick. Chris Lundy. That's funny. We got a second shout out here. Chuck Yemmerts Yamaritz. I don't know why I can't say that because usually I can. So here, one for me, one for you. For the beer. Have a drink on me. I love playing that song. That's a great tune. Hey, thanks, Chuck. Awesome. Great AC/DC reference as well. Come on. There we go. Stupid heart thing slacking in the background. So what, you must have a new house task coming up because you had to build the shed, then you had to do like the whole carpet thing and whatnot. So what's next? You're gonna have to like repave the drive or something. You're turning into that Colin Fuse guy. You should be like videotaping this, you know?
Yeah, I could. But no. I just got a long list of stuff to do. Yeah, just been fixing things up recently. Got the barbecue, it's like restored. It got a really expensive, like stainless steel barbecue years and years ago, and it just needed a bit of bit of love and attention. New wheels, that sort of new grill and things like that. But I tell you what, I did get for it is a really cheap pizza oven.
Oh, cool!
So that's what we had today. Is a fresh homemade pizza.
Awesome.
I made the dough myself. It took. I started it yesterday because you have to start off the dough yesterday and then finish it off today. It took fucking hours because you have to do the dough and then you have to let it sit for 15 minutes. You have to do another thing, let it sit for 30 minutes, then make the dough balls and then let that sit for 2 hours. And it's like by the time you've done that, the barbecue's out.
Yeah. But dude, I got to tell you, you know what you got to do is start a sourdough starter. Sourdough pizza crust. Oh God, it's good. I have a sourdough starter because I make sourdough bread here in my machine and stuff. And sourdough pizza crust is unbelievably good. Try it. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, what is sourdough starter?
It's the bacteria culture starter that makes dough sour. It's the key thing.
Not a yeast then. Don't discuss it now. I'll look into it.
Yeah. I can't even remember how I started it, but I've had mine going for a while. It's a yeast thing, right? For sure.
Yeah. No, I just use my own yeast. No,
but this is about having it be old and cultured, right? Like,
my yeast is old and cultured.
Keep your pants on, dude. Just keep your pants on.
You just say it.
Ugh. Oh God, it's sounding like a clover field that nobody wanted to walk through.
We were only people that have green pizza. But my God, I got to tell you this. My God, best pizza ever. It was absolutely bloody incredible, and even not doing it completely 100% right, it was fantastic. So well recommend it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. Rob M says, sourdough pizza base. It's the bomb. It is. Oh my God. Because sourdough and cheese go together like comedy and alcohol, or waking up and alcohol, or dinner and alcohol, or
alcohol.
Yeah. You get the idea here. But totally, like for me, good sourdough bread, real butter, and some properly aged cheddar. That's my supper. That's all I need. Just get out of my way and let me eat.
As long as it goes with alcohol.
Of course. Okay, here. Hold on. Let me highlight myself so I don't go away. And look at this. I am now going to use the new fridge.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. It needs his own stinger. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, dude, that is properly cold. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, Kermit, wait a minute here. Kermit, what do you think? There we go.
So I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors tonight, Coca-Cola, for our extremely cold beer.
Yeah. That was almost going to be the intro of the show as a hint to me having it. It was going to be, welcome to the show that made even Coca-Cola consider dropping soda pop and brewing beautiful cold beer.
Oi, get your ugly face unpinned.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that. They don't know, but
I'll just stay on screen all the entire
yeah.
show.
I should.
No, you're still there. You're still there. You're not unpinned.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes. It did that double click again. I tell you. Okay.
Ah.
I'm buying a new mouse. I can't stand it. Oh, well, first I'll take this apart and clean it with ISO and stuff, but I think this mouse is dying because every click is becoming a double click.
Does it go eek when you press it?
No. No, it doesn't.
just making sure you got the right kind of mouse.
Yeah.
Is it furry? Got a little wet nose?
That's funny. Speaking of which, there over the next like 3 or 4 months, there might be a couple of spots on the Shills, team for a couple of people we need. You have to pass stringent tests. Annette involves it with leather and stuff, but she doesn't whip too hard. So and
the $1,000 entrance fee as well.
Oh yeah. Per whole. Never mind. I was gonna make a joke about Trump's golf course, but then I realized what I was about to say was not going to work very well.
Yeah, a hole.
I'm too stupid for my shirt.
Is that in the Shield store?
It should be. Damn, though, man, that thing really keeps a beer cold. This is properly cool. Liking it very much.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna top my drink up then. You get.
Hey, we have another shout out here. Demetrius Tiganovas sent in an $8 direct donation. Cold one, huh? With a big smiley face. My Colnapolis is also cold. Damn good beer. I still haven't succeeded yet in getting any beer from your region, but I do have a relatives that has a cold beer and wine store, and they are trying. Yeah, it's just one of those things where he's like, they want him to order enough, and he's like, I just want a sample because he doesn't know if it's going to sell, right? He's trying to get it for me.
Well, you'll drink a lot. I mean, let's face it, if your Canapolis is cold, put more underwear on.
That's true. They even have sock puppets that could help.
Or a bit of friction down there. That would just warm it up.
Yeah. But if you happen to be a senator or something, you just make sure there's no cameras around.
Oh, dear.
What drives a person in a public space to go, hey, nobody's here right now. This would be a great time for me to pull my junk out and play. What the hell is wrong with people?
What was it? Lottery video room? What the hell is that supposed to be?
I think it means where it's a little room where they have like the little digital slot machines you can play or something. That's what I was figuring, right?
Oh, okay. A little gambling room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little fruit machine room or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You see those in what do you call them? What do you call those? One of those places where you go with cars and park at the side of the road. Service stations. Yeah. It's like the big ones that have got all the the different restaurants and things you can buy food on and stuff like that. And they'll have these little like areas set aside, which and they go, it's just like you can see in them, and there'll be like a barrier across, just like a little gate, right? To stop children getting in because only 18s and over. It's like,
right.
Well, most kids are short of the barrier. They just walk under it. What the fuck is that? And like, how is a child going to go? Oh, I'm not allowed in there where all the shiny blinky lights are.
I know.
It looks like it's there for children.
I know. It looks like an arcade. They can't, hey, I want to play Pac-Man or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, there isn't any Pac-Man. It's just this stupid things with, cherries on them and blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't understand how somebody can sit there all bored, just wasting dollar after dollar hitting the spin button. I mean, what the,
Yeah, but okay, here's the
then
thing,
again,
right?
Then again, that's me saying it, and I don't gamble at all. So
now anybody who's in the chat right now is from the UK. You know what I'm talking about. These big service stations up along the motorways, and you do see them. And sometimes there'll be one on one side of a hallway, and on one on the other side as well. But the thing is, I've always noticed there's never anybody in them. It's like, why the fuck do you do that? Is it's the same with every one of these like big service stations. There's always like a guy selling phone cases, cables, and all like phone accessories.
You guys have fucked up gas stations, man.
Yeah,
I've heard you can literally go grocery shopping at some of them.
Oh yeah, you can buy. I'll get onto that in a minute. But there's always a guy. There's always a guy there selling accessories. You never ever see him selling anything. But how? I mean, I don't understand. You must be paying rent on the user thing, and you're not selling anything. You're sitting there all day, and he's usually just on his phone, just like on Facebook or whatever. Or
yeah.
And it's like, well, how's this
financially viable, right?
I know. I never understand. And of course, you have one of these like service stations every 20 miles up the motorway.
Yeah.
So for every one of him, there's like hundreds of them up and down the motorway. And you go, oh no. In between this service station and the last service station, I've lost my iPhone charging cable. I must get a new one now.
or with the fruit machines. Oh, we need gasoline, but or petrol, as you guys say.
Yeah.
But I feel like stopping for 2 hours to gamble away my life savings on a fruit machine. I just why?
Yeah, I would fill the car up with fuel, but I've spent all my money.
In North America, especially in Canada anyway, but I figure my American cousins are pretty much the same. I always go to the gas stations that have the smallest little booth because that means there's less bullshit for people to fuck with and get in the way. I just want to pay for the fuel and get the hell going. I don't want to, shop for lingerie for my significant other or whatever, No,
you just get it for yourself.
Exactly.
Like a normal man.
But it's very strange,
Mm. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
It's the wrong place to have people stopping for a long time. Unless it's like, a car park full of electric vehicles charging because, at that point there should be like patio chairs and stuff, right?
Yeah. You're gonna spend a few hours waiting, so you might as well.
They should turn it into a cars and coffee where everybody's just hanging out talking about their cars, waiting for them to charge, right?
Cars and brothels. Got a couple of hours to kill.
Yeah, I mean, it would change the clientele, but it might work.
Yeah. Not only should we rub you off, she'll fill your tank up and polish your windscreen while you're at it.
No, honey, I swear, I just have to go to the bathroom. That would change family vacations, man. You got the prepubescent kid trying to sneak into the back room at every gas stop on a road trip.
Giving his review in Trustpilot for every single hooker.
Yeah. And then the chat saying Dawson has a significant other. No, well, only my I was going to say my little one, but he's like 6'1" now. But
he does have a significant other because the one on the left is a little bit bigger than the one on the right.
That's true. That's what gives me that whole
swagger.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. Lean. That's why you walk in circles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm that guy Thorogood was talking about, standing on a corner, leaning up against a post. I said, but I'm tired.
Or if you're a French pole voter, you bring your own post.
Yeah, one with a little dip in the middle. That's the junk dip. Norm in the chat. Dawson has a big-breasted cow wife, his significant udder. I'd like to have a couple of dairy cows, to be honest, because I love milk and cheese and dairy products and whatnot. You know, they're.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like pimping them out to Russians.
You'd make a buck.
Curdle the cream, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the first batch of cottage is always export. We keep the other ones.
Yeah, we sell that to the French. They like all that strange shit.
Dude, you remember your story about that stupid broad smearing her own shit on her face? At least we hoped it was her own.
Yeah. I'm not sorry about that.
Well, it turns out I was going to bring this one up on the show today, but I had forgotten and it just reminded me now. But there's
as you are wiping your face.
Yeah, well, it's creeping me out, the thought of it, right? I mean, you don't shit stain your. I mean, like I missed the joke, but when we had that up, it should have been. That brings a whole new meaning to the term shit face, doesn't it? But there's a group in Canada that are actually researching how little shit capsules could actually be good for bacteria growth in the gut and whatnot. And I'm thinking to myself, how lost in this new age BS type thinking do you have to be to go, you know what? I am definitely ingesting capsules of somebody else's shit. Yes, that's for me.
There is an actual medical thing that does this, but I think it's usually between families and, people that share DNA and stuff like that. But just nipping back to Shitface Girl, apparently, we should have known this. It's fake. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. And she just did it for the attention. And boy, did she get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one of those points in life where you take a story from the news journalists and they don't bother fact checking.
Yeah.
So we're running with their story, but we're not fact checking either because we haven't got fucking time. So.
Well, we don't have a fucking care in the world either, to be honest. I mean, we do give some real news, but to be honest, 50% of the show is for shits and giggles. I mean, everybody knows it. Who cares? Well, if I wanted to be a real journalist, I wouldn't have taken off and, lived in vans driving around North America playing rock and roll.
Yeah, I can just see you be a journalist of the Washington Post breaking the Watergate story.
Oh yeah.
That's you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, I'll get the camera in a second. I'm trying to smoke this joint. Fuck, oh yeah, don't forget everybody, timestamp or hashtag timestamp for funny moments. We'll keep reminding you so you get into the groove of it, right?
Yeah, but we haven't said anything funny yet.
I just saw somebody use it and I thought, yep, keep saying. Yep.
Did we say something funny? Rewind it. What was it?
Yeah. Andrew Petrie in the chat says, did you ever play in Hamilton? Back in the day before it was closed, I actually played with what were they called? Kick-Axe in the rock pile in Hamilton a couple of times. It was a proper rock and roll bar, You walk in, your foot sticks to the floor, away you go, right? It was a good place though. It was really cool.
Oh, when he said it, have you played in Hamilton? I thought you meant like in the stage show. The musical.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm cultured in my own way. You know,
I know bacteria's got more culture than you. Fuck's sake. Hamilton.
yeah, Hamilton, Ontario. It's the armpit of Ontario. It's just, you know.
Look at that timestamp.
It really is. It's a total shithole. At least it was back in the 80s, right? You know, I don't know about now. I haven't been there in a long time.
Don't bother mentioning Hamilton in the chat because he has no idea what he's talking about.
yeah. Ryan says it's not bad. See, I only knew like a couple of rock and roll bars. I never like lived in Hamilton or anything. Although I knew a couple of people that spent some time at Barton Street, if you know what that is.
Sounds like a police station.
No, it's where you go after the cops have got you. Yeah, there's a jail place.
A jaily poos.
Yeah, I did
a hotel.
Yeah. I knew that area though, because there was a time like we used to play Clancy's Live in Burlington and a couple other places in the area. I'd have to start remembering more. It's a long time ago.
Oh no, you don't want him to start remembering. It'd be like fucking Total Recall, and he'll just have a spasm. Go, no, I got to get back to Mars.
Get your ass to Hamilton. Get your ass to Hamilton. Oh fuck, what's going on?
I'm a secret agent. Don't make him remember. Don't make him remember.
Oh shit. Yeah. But yeah. Petrie in the chat, Hamilton and natural waterfalls. I remember just around the town in just over and down from the bridge and the highway, there was a place called Water something that had a really nice one as well. And just at the bottom of Highway 6 coming down from Guelph.
Hey, look, do you two want to get a fucking room or something?
I'm just saying.
You're reminiscing down Lover's Lane, the two of you. Oh, do you remember that place you used to go to where the toilets were? And you used to go in there, and there was always like a dirty old man standing by the urinal saying, "Oh, you want to get like a sweetie, little boy?" Mr. Thomas, the headmaster from the local school. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he blew me once. Yeah, got a sweetie out of it.
So if my brother doesn't go to the dentist, do I put my clothes on the lower peg, sir?
Only if it's the dentist's lower peg.
Oh yeah. So speaking of healthcare and stuff, there was this thing with Trump. I don't know if we got to it or not this week, but he was going on in a speech about how Kamala Harris is going to turn all healthcare in the United States to public healthcare only. This is definitely not true. Number one.
When you say public health, public or private, because private and public, it gets confusing when you use the word. It's like over here in the UK, when you say a public school, it actually means a private school, and public schools are
okay. I mean, government funded healthcare versus
by
it yourself.
Private.
Yeah, so Trump was like, she wants us to just be communist, and that's socialist, but close. Fucking idiot. And then he starts off, so can you imagine, you want to go to the hospital and you need a thing and you don't want to have to wait like you would with public health care.
Like a normal person.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, and if you get private health care, you can spend and get a really good plan and you don't. And he's literally saying, everybody that's rich, I got your back. Fuck everyone else.
Oh yeah, and because it's part of your business plan, it's now tax deductible, so you don't even fucking pay for it.
Right? Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's how the fucking scam works.
Yeah, there is the guy doesn't understand, but living in the big cities is getting so expensive for like lower minimum wage workers and stuff. Nothing against anybody doing that because that's my life, right? It's so bad that very soon, Mr. Lawyer for Trump is going to come out of his high-rise place, get into his Ferrari, drive down the road, and his secretary is going to say, "Sorry, sir, I don't have your Starbucks because they closed. Nobody can afford to live in the city and work there anymore."
Yeah,
Right?
and all his underprivileged, blue collar working black people that he's supposed to be great friends with won't be able to pay to go round and golf his course.
Oh, yeah, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean,
What do you mean they can't afford my prices? What do you?
And what I don't understand is this is the thing that places like Canada and other places that have a basic health care for everybody, and then you can pay extra if you want to. A healthy populace works, earns, spends, and contributes. It's in everybody's best interest to have that be the case. And as such, having people that simply can't afford to go to the hospital is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but this is what the elites do. I mean, this is what all the conspiracy people are going to say. They just want the ill to die.
Yeah.
Simple as that. They just don't care.
Yeah, exactly. They got no clue that without, Trump's going on and on about immigration and stuff, but he's going to screw so many low wage workers if he gets in that they're going to need immigration because you need people that go, yes, but that minimum wage job gives me enough money to survive with 5 people living in a room and we can all send our money back home and make our families really good. To them, it's worth it. To us, it's not. And then Trump doesn't want immigration. It's such a mixed fucking message. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, well, if he gets into power, he's not going to have a problem with immigration. It's going to be emigration he's got to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few people ask me, how hard is it to move to Canada and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How easy is it to move to Mexico? Well, apparently, it's pretty easy.
You know what we might have to do? We might collectively have to buy a hotel in my area. And we'll just change the name to the Shills. And it won't be a hotel anymore. It'll just be a place for a whole bunch of the Shills family to come up and live in Canada. Just, grab a room. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we'll call it a harem. You got to send dick pictures first. No, when I say send dick pictures, I mean you got to send dick photographs of yourself. Don't send him dick pictures.
We got to retitle this show to say the wrong thing and put foot in mouth.
As long as it's a foot. So coming up on the website, theshills.org, we'll have a sign-up sheet, and you can make your case for having one of the rooms at the Shills Hotel. Permanent, it'll be proper. Yeah, like Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, without all the golfists. We don't do golfists.
Oh.
Actually, you could be a golfist and live in my town. There's courses all over the place. I live in a summer playground for the wealthy, actually.
Actually, my daughter's boyfriend, I've talked about him before. I've mentioned him, so you know he exists. He was actually part of a Slovakian Olympic team a few years back, and he was saying he watched Trump play golf the other day, and some I don't know, Trump celebrity crossover thing. Yeah. And he said Trump's actually really, really good. He says I don't think I could beat him. And it's like, is that enough fucking practice?
But Trump's been a rich kid all his life, hasn't he? Literally, he probably was born with a golf club in his hand.
I think he's on the golf course twice a day, practically, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He would probably have a mobile version of the Oval Office built so that it could be used on the golf course.
It's kind of funny because you hear about people who become professional pool players or snooker players and all that kind of shit. They go, yeah, it's all because of my misspent youth.
Yeah.
This is Trump's misspent youth.
Yeah,
becoming president and being really good at golf. Not bad for somebody who's. I don't think he's ever misspent. The only misspent youth that he had was like buying the wrong company.
Something never overheard in a polo match. So how'd you get into polo? Oh, my misspent youth.
Yeah, I used to be a rag and bone man, but the money went, the market dropped in rag and bone man. So but I had a horse.
Yeah,
so I thought, why not? Give it a go.
Yeah, I was working as a butcher, and I just wasn't sure it was going to be for me. So got into taxidermy. That didn't quite work, and I thought, hit a ball on a horse. That sounds good.
Yeah. And then you move on to water polo. I mean, those poor horses. How do you make them do that?
Why do they both have the same word in the name when they're clearly not the same?
What, mince? A polo mint.
Yeah.
You got the same thing, a polo neck. I don't even understand. I have no idea. No idea.
How do they get for water polo? How do they get the horses in the water and swimming around? I don't get it.
I have seen a polo match being played because it was like Windsor Castle. You know, you walk out from Windsor Castle into the grounds, into the great park, Windsor Park, and there was all these toppy nosed little gits, all the cavalrymen from Horse Guards Parade and all that kind of stuff. All the top officers, the commissioned officers, no NCOs or anything like that, just the proper toppy guys. They're all there playing polo with they've got fucking princes, it's just like nubs.
Yeah. Will the Sheikh be joining us today?
It's not like kids, playing soccer. When you just like go to a park with your mates and you just like kick a ball around, or I don't know what you do in the States, play baseball or something like, and you just have a little knockabout. It's like you don't do that with posh kids and polo, do you? You don't have like a little bunch of posh kids turn up apart with their horses and their sticks going, do you fancy a bit of polo? We'll put some jumpers on the ground as goggles and we just have a bit of a knockabout, shall we? No.
I can't imagine three guys on one team ganging up on one on another and giving them the beans a little bit on a tackle, or I don't understand polo, right?
I think it actually does get quite rough sometimes because they use the polo stick to try to trip people up and trip the horses up and shit like that. But
do they?
A bit like hockey, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not allowed and frowned on and all that. But I still think dirty tricks are played. But then again, they're toppy nosed gits, so they got there by playing dirty, so they might as well stay to it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Strange game. Anyway, very strange
people.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get to this one in the show. I did want to, but time. What are you going to do? There's a big coalition of people, and San Francisco, the city and whatnot, is included in this. I do believe. Let's see here. Yeah. Wow. And they're going after AI sites that are under the category of undressing websites. And so what you do is you put a picture up of a woman and it spits out her undressed. Yeah. And these are being advertised. Like you can find them on Google. I'm not going to give you any of the names because I don't want to, you know what I mean? But, and the city of San Francisco in coalition with some other people have all gotten together and they're bringing out lawsuits and stuff. And I mean, I can't understand how it takes a lawsuit to bring down something that is clearly in violation of many laws of the country. How come the consumer protection services don't simply just get a phone call and go, really? Here, let me look. Lord, thunder and Jesus, you're right. It does that. Boom. Instantly, it's a government action. Why does it take lawsuits? Why do we as people have to spend money And if you think we're not, San Francisco's going to be using tax dollars to do this lawsuit, right? So you know what I mean? There's money involved. Why is there money involved when clearly it's just illegal? Shut it down. What the hell's going on? You know, the government is so lazy at helping us these days. It's not funny. You know, New York just signed in a bill, right to repair, and it had some real teeth for a bit. But at the last minute, there was some amendments made to it. And one of them was companies are allowed to sell parts in sets when it's deemed too complicated or difficult or maybe dangerous for the user to do it themselves. And what that
who deems this?
The companies are allowed to. And
so everybody's
and what that means is the battery packs, you know, they're soft. You have to be careful prying them out if you're a phone repair person. I've repaired many phones. And what that means is now you will never be able to buy from the manufacturer a battery because it's going to have to come glued to the other things from us. It's going to be the same with screens and board. And they literally neutered the entire thing and ruined it. And then passed it. Unbelievable. And it all comes down to the lobby groups, right? And like I've said this before, when it comes to the lobby groups, I don't like lobbying at all. I wish it kind of wasn't around, but sometimes it does do good, you know? So what I'd like to see happen is if you put something forth to the lobby as a lobbyist to a politician or a lawmaker or whatever, you also have to make it public. And then if the public can see that you outright lied, and as a lobbyist for these companies, you should know better, you should be like, you know, held responsible. Right? I mean, it should be like contempt of court. You can't lie.
You got nothing against lobbying. What you're against is the corporate
lying
lobbying.
Bastards. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I think that's the, if you look it up in the dictionary, when you look at corporate lobbying, it just says lying bastards in brackets.
Yeah, and they should be held accountable for every goddamn thing they say that's wrong. Not you know, oh shit, there wasn't real research and it was opinion, sorry. But when they state something as fact that's damn well easy to prove as false, that's when they should be held to task.
But you know, but wait, so isn't this is sort of a situation that the entire world is going? So like you look at the politics, you know, with all the Trump campaign, stuff like that, or the press, it's easy to say a lie.
Exactly.
And
it's even easier to get away with it.
Yeah, easy. Well, it's not just a case of just getting away with it, because at the end of the day, you know, after saying the lie to thousands and millions of people, you can say afterwards, sorry, to the 10 people who actually take notice of it.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Because the lie's already out there, the damage is already done, and
And we've got consumer protection agencies in Canada, the United States, I'm sure in the UK, and most places as well. I can only imagine what the budget is for the American one due to, you know, population taxes and stuff, right? You know, America's got way more cash or cabbage to play with than Canada. And yet I don't understand what they do. They don't seem to do what we need them to do. Right? You've got people on Amazon selling fuses that can go to 20 amps, but they're rated to 5. So you use them in your car, you're probably going to have a fire. Things like that. There's so many bad. And where do they all come from? Mostly China. No offense to anybody, but well, fuck you for selling us this garbage, you bastards. But you know what I mean? It's garbage. And what do these agencies do? I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, are they sitting around going, oh, we need lane assist now on our cars because that will keep people safe? No, we don't need lane assist. What we need is better driver education. I mean, in Canada, you can get a license to drive an automobile almost instant, like barely any effort at all. And yet you can then take that vehicle and drive at 100 miles an hour into a a store or something as a weapon. Like, it's a big responsibility, and the instruction is garbage. It's terrible. Go to Europe, like Finland and stuff, and they'll put the damn car on a skid pad to try to teach you how to work with a skid and whatnot. We don't get any of that. Our driving standard is terrible. We don't need electronic toys that are going to die and render all used cars useless, right? We just need better driving standards.
Okay, so I'm going to start a new GoFundMe. I'll call this hashtag Dick Dawson needs to go and live with some Amish people for a while, because he just needs to get out of this. Just for a little bit, and just get back to the land, get back to just growing your beard with no mustache, because that doesn't look weird, and wearing a straw hat and building barns, and no phones, no internet. Well,
I'll do
except when the Amish people that do have the phones and the internet, but we won't talk about that. But
yeah. But I'll do one more. I'll do one more in this. I'll do one more in this area, and then I'll let it go. But
okay.
GM is being taken to task by, I think it's the Department of Justice in the United States, but I'm not 100% sure, because
they're all the same.
Yeah. But it's one of the agencies that has like pretty big teeth, and it's because for years GM has been promoting people to sign up to OnStar and their other remote connected technologies. And at the same time, without disclosing it, they've been selling all the telemetry from your car, how fast you go, where you go, how long you park and whatnot, to insurance companies and other third parties.
Who you park with, what her name was, how old she was, what's her physical statistics.
Imagine a Tesla with all these cameras pointed at the driver to make sure that you're alert when self-driving is on and stuff. Do you trust Tesla not to be keeping recordings? And what if you have like a healthy relationship and you happen to go park on a back road and have sex with your partner or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, you could be on camera. There could be people in Tesla. I'm not saying it's happening, but it's happened with like TVs before and stuff and whatnot. Like, I'm not doing conspiracy theory. Companies have been caught doing this already. Baby monitors and the whole bit.
It's happening, even if you just haven't heard of it yet. It hasn't been reported of. We know for a fact that this sort of stuff goes on, because we've seen it ourselves, where people will, show you stuff that's happening because it's been caught on camera. So
damn right, man.
Places like Tesla will be going to do that. They probably call it their Christmas tape.
Yeah.
They show at the board meetings at the Christmas party. Oh, look at the strange shit we found.
It'll spread like the first South Park video cartoon Christmas thing that the Fox girl sent around, right? Yeah. But it's terrible, man. And I guarantee every single automotive company out there has been doing it for years. Me, myself, the only computer I like to have in a car is like the ignition controller, for, a fuel injected car, maybe like anti-lock brakes or something. But I like older cars at this point because there's not so much ridiculousness. Like a brand new BMW has so much plastic in its cooling system. It's not funny. Now, one thing about plastic that everybody knows is if you heat it and cool it and heat it and cool it and heat it and cool it, it gets brittle and breaks. So all modern BMWs are useless used cars when they've had about 120,000 miles on them, basically run. All the modern ones are useless. And it's fine. And somehow that's not a big deal, and nobody gives a shit. And we're talking about really expensive things and what. That's fine. To me, all these consumer protection agencies, government funded and driven and stuff, should be looking into that and going, wait a minute, cars are not disposable items, man. This isn't working. You can't be engineering them to die and be useless to the used market when the warranty runs out.
Oh no! But this is the thing is you do have government agencies who will give you like specific specifications, so we say, of an item, and it has to do this, has to do that, and they will match that just by a hair's breadth.
Yeah.
So they meet all their specifications, they meet all the codes just enough, and that's it. When they obviously for like another 5 pence, they could have built out something else, and it would last forever.
Yeah.
But no.
And I'm not saying in any way that a car should last forever. I mean, as it gets older, you're going to have to replace bushings, bearings, brakes, blah, blah. These are parts that wear out. That's fine. But your cooling system shouldn't just self-destruct because it's had too many heat and cooling cycles because it's plastic. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that's done on purpose, man.
Yeah, no, there are parts of the cars, like you say, brakes and things, and tires wear out. Obviously, they do that. But anything that's like deep inside the underneath the bonnet. Yeah. Because usually they also seem to manage to design these things that when these things do fail, it's the impossible part to get to.
Yeah, yeah. That's an engine out job. Right.
Yeah. The whole entire engine has to go back to to the manufacturers. No, that should all just be like, you just know that's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is probably why I just got the feeling that I'm probably never going to get rid of my Land Cruiser unless it actually just dies on me.
I wouldn't,
because it's like it's probably one of the last. Well, how old is the car? I can't think how old it is now, but it's probably one of those, the last of the cars just before things the tip in the balance where things become a little bit, there's a bit more Apple play and in the car and that kind of shit.
And like these new cars, you get in the car and they design the interior, but then just slap the damn screen on it. And it's not even like integrated into the dash or anything. How is that acceptable in like even a $30,000 car? Give me a break, But yours is the Land Cruiser that people will pay $15,000 for, even if it's a rusted out shit bucket, because they just replaced some metal. They got the VIN number. They got the old car, and boom, man, it's the one people want, right?
Yeah. Well, I do get people knocking on my door all the time. Saying,
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Does it have a for sale sign on it? No. Well, it's not for sale. Fuck off.
You should go to Doug DeMuro's Cars and Bids and look up Land Cruisers of your state of repair or condition and age and see some of the numbers, but don't get tempted. Keep that fucking thing, man.
Oh, no. I'm not. I know the value of the car is because I paid too much for it anyway, because the guys caught us out because it's a long story. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah. But it's like, it's just not worth me selling it because if I wanted to replace it with another car, I would want another one like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I sell it just to go out and have to try and find another one?
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, I'd love a newer one and it's all shiny and clean. In fact, quite honestly, I think I'd just love someone to take my car away and detail it, and just take the bumps and knocks out of it, clean the carpets and make it look like brand new. It'd be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love it. But,
yeah. Felix and I have started saving up because I want to get a 2-door Jeep XJ, the Cherokee without the Grand in front of it, the more square one. I'm specifically looking for a 2-door. I think that's going to be our, I'll grab it and, slowly modify it a bit. I'd like to do a few interior mods, custom gauges and stuff.
It was like a 2-door open top with a crossbar over the top of it.
No, it's not the Daisy.
So I can't. I was going to say Daisy Duke would drive.
Yeah, no, it's the square proper one, the XJ. Yeah. Not the TJ or the YD, the XJ.
The thought of you in tiny shorts is making my stomach churn.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, but that's what we're gonna go for, and then that way, it's a decently economical but good low end torque, straight six, naturally balanced, good engine, easy to wrench on. The full drivetrain is really, really strong, bulletproof, and there's quite a few older people that kept theirs out there. So right now is a good time to score if I just, keep my eye open and always watch. I figure about $5,000 I can find one, and then, give it some paint work and stuff and whatnot, get it up to spec.
Going back to the old like Daisy Duke kind of Jeep things. Yeah. There was a kind of like a very, very strange period in American automotive people, where they would slap a massive sticker of an eagle on the bonnet of the car.
Oh, that was around the same time that the Firebird came into the Trans Am with the big eagle and stuff on the hood. Yeah.
It's like tacky.
I know.
No, but it's like, oh, come on. It's funny. It just makes me laugh. It'd be like in Britain, you just buy an MG and it's got a fucking bulldog in the front of it. Like,
okay, I'm sorry, but when it comes to tacky, the UK is the land of the Rolls-Royce Shad, right? The Silver Shadow, and that's the tacky wedding car supreme. So,
wait a minute. Oh, which one are you talking about? Because
Silver Shadow, that one you used to be able to get for $4,000 if you didn't mind the rust bubbles underneath and the ruined suspension, and
well, that's not tacky. That's just very, very strange, badly engineering from Rolls-Royce. It's not very appropriate.
It's awesome engineering. It's so good that Rolls-Royce licensed it from Citroen. They did. It's the same suspension thing from the DS and whatnot, right?
Okay. Now the Citroen DSs, I love those.
Oh,
they were
man.
very cool cars.
What an awesome car that was.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. No, I wouldn't say it was awesome. It was very, very cool.
No, in its time and day, for a people's car, it was awesome. Right?
Yeah, a friend of mine had one, and he started it, and just like black smoke came out everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, put one of those on the highway with an original motor right now, and you'll just be sitting there going, please don't kill me, because but in its day, it was awesome because it liberated so many people, right? It was an awesome car.
It was a cool shape as well. It was like very, very distinctive shape.
Yeah. Same with the Fiat 500, the original one, the Cinquecento. Yeah. Man, those are totally cool. The original one and the Mini, right? Love the Mini.
Oh, the OG, yeah.
Oh, not that BMW fiasco that's just, a time bomb in waiting.
That's one thing I don't get about the Mini is it's like the new Mini is like twice the fucking size of it.
It's not Mini.
It's not the whole point about the Mini was it was tiny.
It wasn't a name; it was a description,
car.
Right? Yeah.
It was a particularly stupid car because it was so small. And I realized we talked about this before on something else, but you were talking about how the safety. Crumple zones and shit like that had to come into it, but you can still buy the old ones.
Yeah, very hard to find a good one in Canada of any of the three cars we just mentioned, right?
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. There's a guy, I know that I'm going to say the bad word, but there's a guy up the road from me that's got a Lada Niva. Right? It's the little 4x4 one, but that is just a rebadged and slightly poorly engineered Fiat Panda, right? And I would love to get one of those. It is. I would
I know,
love.
I know. It's not like the Fiat Panda was like the benchmark of engineering in the first place.
No, but the Fiat Panda was actually a good solid car for what it was, the early one. And the 4x4 version was spectacularly cool for people that just needed it. And in Canada, you'll never find a proper Fiat Panda 4x4, but we have those Lada Rivas or Nivas or whatever they're called around. But they would be an awesome little 4x4 to rebuild with like a 3-cylinder Ford Eco Boost and, whatever underneath it. Fuck, that'd be great. It's just, as a Canadian, I'm basically never going to get my hands on one, right? So I'll go with the Jeep.
Well, if you could, you probably wouldn't anyway.
I don't know. I really like the little Fiat Panda 4x4, man. Oh, I remember the Wheeler Dealers episode when they did one up in the green paint with the texture and stuff. I loved that car. I really liked it. I would have one if I could, but I'd have to import it. And I just don't have that kind of cash. That's not going to happen. Too bad. Yeah.
So the fundraiser starts now. Hashtag get Dick a Fiat bloody 4-wheel drive Panda.
Speaking of fundraiser, we are just slightly less than $200 away from 20 grand having gone into the Boom Boom Fund for this cycle. We've also got the fundraiser on the shills.org for getting Annette, our, fearless moderator supreme. That's not even right. What would it be her title?
No, she's not fearless.
Producer?
She's terrified. That's why we're trying to get her out.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. She's fearless when it comes to fucking with you people, but not for tornadoes. There we go. Yeah.
When what do you mean, you people? You racist.
So, it's viewers versus host. It's the new race game.
Oh, we'll make them their own ethnic minority, couldn't we? The shitty buggers. You're your own ethnic minority. That?
That's funny. Here, hold on a second here. Okay, one sec. Okay, sorry. I had to actually think, which was, really difficult for me.
Oh, I felt the pain.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the headphones, you'd see the steam.
Yeah.
I notice Nick Suter's in the chat there. Nick, check your messages. It's the same link. Jump in. I got a shout out to do.
Demetrius Ziganovas
has sent in another direct donation. Boom Boom Fun! Slavia Ukraine! Greetings from Lithuania.
I thought I was going to send it in for the Queer Fund.
Jesus Christ.
The Queer Fund for queer things, for buying queer things. What are you talking about, Mr. Dawson? Jesus Christ. Can't take you anywhere.
I'm going to need heart medication because of this guy.
Queer things. That shop's that mug's a very queer shape. I think I might buy that shape. Mug is a very queer shape.
Is anybody out there into explosives? Because if you are, maybe you could make me nitroglycerin pills because I hear they're good for a bad heart. Yeah.
Oh, you're just too easy a bear to poke.
Yeah. Well, So, okay. So I think we're caught up on everything. What are we doing for time? Okay. Hour 20. Not bad.
Everyone's typing hashtag queer thing in the chat.
No, they're not. They're just not. See, I can see it right in front of me and right in front of me, right? I have 3 screens of shit to monitor doing this stuff, and I can see the chat. No problem.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not fool you. It's not fair.
Oh, you know what's funny is depending on how long this show goes, I might actually have to get up and get a beer because I only put a couple in the fridge, thinking, well, that's enough.
Oh, you idiot! You absolute fucking idiot! How many do you think you can get in there? What is it, like a 4-pack, 6-pack?
Oh no, I
Stacking.
could probably get 12 beer in that thing. Maybe
couple
more.
Of magnums of champagne. Yeah, that will be the day when you know the show's doing better. Instead of having like a Coca-Cola fridge at the back there with a few cans of beer in it, is I've got the champagne fridge going now, and and you get Dimitri. Dimitri's been sending in for the champagne fund.
No, wait a minute. It's the lobster and champagne fund.
Yeah. It's $4,000 for your next bottle of Dom Perignon. Here's some caviar to go with it.
Oh, no. I'll pass there. I've tried even good caviar, and I just don't get it.
Mm.
You know,
and then,
it's not for me.
Yeah, fish eggs. They're really difficult to fry, aren't they? You just try cracking them open into a frying pan. You just get this tiny little thing coming out.
I was making omelets. It wasn't working out. You know, it's just I didn't. You know. I tried thinking it through, like from each angle I could figure them, and it wasn't working, you know.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, "No, you need crackers." That's like they're not for breakfast.
It is kind of funny that if you think about it, you know, when you're frying, you know, your eggs and bacon. If they called them embryos, you wouldn't.
I've had this thought before. Yeah.
You wouldn't buy them, would you? You're like, how do you like your embryos in the morning? Excuse me?
Yeah. You ever stand there at the stove thinking, yeah, baby chickens, you know? Yeah, it's funny. You know, but you got to carry that on then, because you've got to think of the pig for the bacon or sausage or whatever, right? You know, and I mean, if you're, vegetarian or vegan or something, do you ever stop to think about the poor wheat that had to be, killed? Does that?
Yeah, I hear a song playing. You're just fading up in the background, aren't you?
The thought crossed my mind, to be honest. If you're not careful, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's an old favorite of mine that we used to do on the Shills DJ nights.
I was going to say, I suppose we should explain that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Carrot Juice's Murder. It's really funny.
Think of the vegetables, man. Think of the vegetables.
Yeah. Vegetables live in oppression, served on our tables each night. It's hilarious. We might have to play it for you at this point.
It's kind of not, but it's Dick's kind of favorite, kind of hilarious. It's Canadian hilarious.
Yeah. No, it's pretty funny. You're just sick of hearing it at this point.
Oh, probably. I'm trying to think. What's the original song based on?
There isn't an original song. It's not a parody. It was written by that band.
Why do I have it in my head that the music is coming from another song? Or is it just?
Hey, hold on, Nick. Hold on. I got to put you in the show because you can't be heard until.
Nick S show, because we've got a black screen with Nick S on it.
Okay, we might get him in his thing now. Hey, Nick, there we go.
The reason I love coming on this show is this is the only show where people actually say,
a single word
hold on, we want to hear you. They actually say, like, wait, we got to fix the sound, Nick. We want to. Fuck you.
No, you can't hear
Anyways.
me either.
Hold on, Nick. Can you hear Dunk?
Yeah.
Dunk can't hear you. Dunk, you're gonna have to refresh and join. It's one of those things.
Can we switch it so he can hear me, but I can't hear him?
I ask that every fucking night, buddy.
The first morning question of the morning.
He turns up and screws it all up.
Okay, first of all, I was invited. Second of all, out of screwing everything up is just like a plus for me. Just to come in and say hi to you guys is really why I'm here. So what I was saying that you missed was it's just like, I show up and Dick's like, wait, we want to hear what he has to say. I was like, that's a first. I haven't actually heard that before anywhere except on my show, and even then, there's
Commander's
a lot of
lying.
Well, it's not him so much as I'm worried about. Like half the live chat is sitting there going, does Nick's mic have to be on?
Why is it? Why is it when Nick turns up, I have to go and reboot and bring myself back? No, can you imagine that?
Because there is a God.
No, but can you imagine that at a Rolling Stones concert? And just some guest comes on, and Mick Jagger has to go. Right, sorry, Mick, you got to go off. Go back to your room. Come back.
And in this example, you're Mick Jagger.
Well,
I'm always Mick Jagger. Look at me strut.
I've seen the Stones live, and I kept wishing Mick would step off the stage and just left the band to play. So
Did you not get any satisfaction?
No. I'm not a huge Stones fan. I really can't handle Jagger's voice. I mean, how out of time, tune, and sync with everything around you can a man be and still be loved and enjoyed? It just drives me crazy.
Have you seen his mouth though? I mean, I'm surprised that mouth can form any kind of shape whatsoever. So it's like a big flappy,
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say a rude lady word, but I'm not going to now.
Wow. Okay. And between him and Steven Tyler, they're kind of like fish that have human bodies, right?
Morning.
Somebody actually did a video because they're like, I guess they thought people would be interested they said, okay, we're going to pick Steven Tyler's vocal cords. And so they shoved a camera down his, and he does that thing that he does in the actually, and you can find it on YouTube. I think it's like a secret CIA torture interrogation technique where what they're going to do is they're like, if you don't tell us, it's like, on 24, if you don't tell us within 2 minutes where the bomb is, we are going to show you
your own sphincter from the inside.
And now to Mick Jagger for a colonoscopy.
Oh man! Hey, we got a shout out here from UTV and Ham in the chat. Direct $26 donation into the Boom Boom Fund. Oh yeah, thanks UTV and Ham, and we'll chat soon too.
You are way too enamored with that. Does that work for me too? So if I do this, or is it only you? No, it's only you.
Because you're not
on Apple, you dick.
Yeah, you have a PC, my friend.
Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. Because I have technical expertise and don't need a machine that literally does everything for you because I know how to
Do you want the 5 minutes or the full half hour?
I could be getting a root canal and I'd be enjoying it more.
Nick, do you see this red dot laser target? Just step into it for you.
Hey, listen, Dunk, I'm not stupid enough to fall for that a third time, okay? I'm really that one there that's moving. Yeah, I can do.
Oh, it's like a cat and a laser pointer. So we've been giggling about some of the funnier side of election news and shit like that and whatnot there, Nick, tonight. What's tickled your fancy in a funny way over the last 7 days? Because shit, there's been a few.
So
it happens every year.
We actually haven't announced it yet. I will announce it here. We did get we booked JD Vance for In Time. We were going to do it on Sunday, but that wasn't enough time to laminate all the furniture. So we're thinking of moving that like back a week. I don't know. Funny things other than the low pot with JD Vance, you have to.
I wouldn't even laminate it. I would just get a new couch.
Just burn it all. after he shows up, just like it's listen. JD Vance came to your house. I understand it's a problem that can't be fixed with a little napalm. Nothing a little napalm can't fix.
JD Vance was going to host a big party at his house after being, brought onto the presidential ticket. But when they set up the black lights for the party room, it didn't work out so well.
The black lights came on. They're like, what? We can't see. Turn it down, man. What the hell?
So it was all the bright spots all over his face that was worrying people.
The room is. You can bring him into a new room and there's black lights, and it's like you can just see the silhouette of JD Vance, and that's it. Wherever he goes, you just see him walking, and you're like, okay. I don't want to know what happened there. I really don't.
The guy's bathroom mirror looks like the pimple-scarred one of a 13-year-old, except it seems to be a little bit lower in position in his bathroom.
Oh, come on. JD Vance, he's a lovely little fella. Lovely little fella. Come on.
That's what his couch said.
He's like the Prince. He's like Prince. Or the artist formerly known as Prince of the Republican Party. He's great. He's a wonderful dancer.
Little red couch.
Hey, we can't mock. Oh, come on, we can't mock him. He's a veteran, and that's not allowed.
No, I'm sorry, but he's now running for office. I can mock all I want. I'm pretty sure that's somewhere in the Constitution. Look in the fine print.
Yeah. Hamilton probably wrote it, but you don't know anything about him. So.
What, the city I played there?
You can find some of the old like satire cartoons, like of what is it? Somebody was making fun of Abraham Lincoln, and they had him sitting on a donkey going to Washington, and it said an ass rides a donkey to Washington. And they have all these, so we sit there and say they're really revered. No, you can find some really.
Is that like the really, really old like Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers shit?
Oh,
30s.
Yeah, there's some stuff you do not play from that collection.
Yeah, because there's some really rough stuff.
Oh God,
from those days.
Pepe Le Pew, like.
Oh no, Pepe Le Pew is like the golden child compared to some of the
he's
stuff
a stalker rapist.
Yeah, no, I know he needs to be in prison. I don't understand. I want to know who thought this was. Oh dear Lord.
I know. How was that funny?
He's got good connections at the French consulate.
Oh my God. He's like that guy that works at the garage, but then uses your information to show up at your house.
He's the other guy who rented the airplane. The what's his name's Epstein's airplane. It was Pepe Le Pew and Trump.
Oh, that's funny. That whole thing, Nick, with Trump saying, oh, yeah, dude that dated Kamala, we were going down in a helicopter and he started telling me bad things about her. And then he comes out in public and said, I've never been in a helicopter with that fucker. And some other black dude was like, no, that was me. And the joke was like, he can't tell black people apart. It was so bad. Jon Stewart did it. It was hilarious.
I love the part when it was Jon Stewart. I can't remember if it was Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert, but I was going to say, we're going down this helicopter right now. I don't know who you are, but I've got to start telling you some stuff about Kamala.
This may mean nothing to you now, Donald, but in the future, you have to know that Kamala Harris is a bad person.
The one I like is Donald Trump's on the couch. There's a therapist there, and the therapist is taking notes. And it's like, okay, Now, these big crowds, are they in the room with us right now?
In the modern day and age of social media, where everybody has their phones out at the rally to record it and stuff, to claim that the crowd was fake AI,
that is
he
so
is
funny.
the man is delusional.
That's like David Weiss. That's like David Weiss talking. Sorry. It's like David Weiss when he's talking about the NASA launches, saying they're all CGI and stuff like that. Even though people can see them launching, it's the same fucking deal. This is like, we know that they're not fake.
Yeah, he got fooled by conspiracy theorists and just bought it line and sinker. Nick, you were going there.
I really appreciate that you give us the fucking credit that he's delusional, but the reality is high enough percentage of the population buys it to make it worth him fucking doing this shit. It works. But he's not delusional. He's fucking using a technique that proves we're okay. Listen, I don't even have the vocabulary. I was about to say, no, I'm just not even going to go.
You're educated, so you can't articulate this properly, right?
I was going to say it's a lack of education. I don't even know where to begin. He is just tapping into something primal that just loathes anybody who's got any competency in anything, and it works.
I did see a beautiful video the other day with a guy talking to a MAGA nut, and he had to explain to him. We tried to explain to him that 50% of the people are below average intelligence. Just did not understand. Could not grasp the concept that 50% of the people are below average.
100% of the people that I'm interviewing are below average intelligence. What do you think that means?
Percentages aren't hard. It goes to 100 and back down, and you just think of it as a cut of the pot. What?
It's the same thing as I can. You know how I can prove God? Because if there was no God, why would water freeze at 0 and melt at or boil at 100 degrees? If there was no God, it's like,
yeah.
You're voting for Trump, aren't you?
Yeah. But doesn't that give you a hint as to why we built the scale? It's just what the fuck.
Well, it's like when people use what's the thing when they use like wordology or something? You're using words to try to prove a point, and it's like, well, that only works if you use the English language. If you use another language, that doesn't make any sense anymore. So it's like, shut up.
Well, and the images of Jesus, we have those everywhere now, where it's Trump and Jesus is just moving the bullet aside so that it kills an innocent retired
Are you fucking shitting me?
Because that what God would do.
Yeah, God murdered the.
Did you? Did you see? There's a new thing going on there on YouTube. It's evangelicals for Harris, and they are playing a thing where the person interviewing Trump says, have you ever, I think it's confessed to Jesus, or one of those things that a Christian person would do.
Yeah.
And he says, whoa, that's a tough question. I'm not sure I have. And everybody in the room is like, well, that's what we do all the time. And it did not go over well. And there's a growing group of evangelicals who are looking at Trump as a proper liar right now. And I can only hope and pray. I can only hope and pray that what they're doing has some freaking legs and steam behind it, because there's a lot of the hard right Christian-based Republicans who are very much in favor of Trump. And I don't think they understand that he is not a Christian at all, and he is simply lying to you.
Oh yeah. He's about as Christian as my.
I'm torn on that. Because
bit like my
it's sort of like I agree. He's absolutely not, and he's uncomfortable holding the Bible. And I love it when they're like, "What's your favorite verse?" You should have just said, "Name a single verse in the Bible."
Yeah.
I guarantee you, he cannot answer that question.
Yeah. But actually, Nick, on that point, I was because I was talking about this, and it was like, well, the first thing I came to mind was to say Sermon on the Mount. Great passage. But the reason I can mention that because I've seen Life of Brian, and I know that scene. so even without knowing the Bible, I could come up with a passage.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow. I mean, heck, even if you said I am the Alpha and the Omega, there's so many things. There's a million things he can't do it,
Guys, I do have. I just got the clip. So when he was asked about, asking Jesus for forgiveness, I do have the clip now. His direct quote.
Dave, it's so good to see you. It's been so long. Where's Dave? I heard him. Sorry. No, you didn't. My only contention with this thing is that it's so easy to dismiss conservatives that say, "Well, I like him because he's the common man." He literally has a golden shitter. I wish I could make that up.
It's so common.
So you sit there and say, well, they're stupid. And it's like, no, they're not. They're just not even being honest with themselves about the reason. I believe you that a disproportionate number of Christians are completely fooled. But I don't believe that the majority of Christians who are voting for him are that stupid.
No, me too. I agree with that totally. And I just don't understand it when I look at them and think, surely not. Come on.
There was a poll. There was a poll that just came out recently, and more Americans still think that Trump would be better for the economy than Harris. Now, I was turning to you first, Nick.
Can't even balance his own bank books.
Everything went to shit economy-wise during COVID under his watch first, and he did fuck all about it. And now that it's getting put under control under the new administration, he's trying to act like he's the one that carried the baton, but he dropped it bad. What do you think, Nick?
I agree 100%. I've had that argument before. It's been a long time since I looked at the figures because I didn't really have to look at them.
They're ugly.
Didn't run again. But he really did a number on the economy. But there's a bigger concern that I have, which is, people sit there and say, well, he's a good businessman. And I was just like, maybe not. It depends on how you define good. But that notwithstanding, he uses an interesting model. And it's a model that liberals sort of don't always go for or understand the value of, but as long as it's one tool in an economic belt, which is leverage. Yes. You can leverage debt in order to make more money. And in fact, every small business usually has to start that way because they actually have to get a loan in order to start their business.
Operating capital. You can't start without, right? Yeah.
Bingo. But what he does is he leverages the debt to leverage more debt to get more debt to leverage and leverage and leverage and leverage. And it's a Ponzi scheme. And it's why he's in trouble with the IRS. It's why he's going to get wiped out by Deutsche Bank.
Some of those really nefarious private equity firms, right?
And he's going to do that's what he was starting to do with the entire U.S. economy, which has enough problems with its debt already. And he knows nothing but deficit spending and leverage. And those are not dirty words like a lot of liberals will tell you. But having said that, they are one very small tool in a large, and that's all he does. He would find a way to bankrupt this country.
100%. 100%, because the top few would benefit from it, and that's the way he lives and works, right? He puts many out of jobs and bankruptcies. He protects his assets. Investors get screwed, but Trump marches on. He is the worst kind of businessman. He's the Wall Street wolf that you're supposed to despise because he makes money on the backs of everybody else losing.
Yes.
Now, I always like the adage, and I don't know if it's exactly entirely true, but he would be a much wealthier man if he took his dad's inheritance, put it in a bank, and rather than try to build businesses,
just lived on it.
Money. Yeah, I suspect it is true because my suspicion is if you were to actually calculate all his assets and debts and do it honestly, and not ignore anything. He's
Be in the-
probably in debt. And it's happened before, and he's done it before. I mean, he's what? He's gone bankrupt 3 times. And the reason that's happened is because of this methodology that he uses. And he famously, with his daughter, was walking into Trump Tower, and he saw a homeless man. Now, that homeless man has more money than I do. And that does happen from time to time, even with reputable businesses, again, because you sometimes do go negative to leverage, and most businesses start out in the negative for the first 5 years anyway. The problem is, when you're a dick about it, the homeless man has more money.
Yeah, he didn't let the homeless man into Trump Tower, did he?
He did. Sit there and say, and B, when you use that as an actual operating methodology.
Yes, when it's your modus operandi, man. Come on.
And that's not the way. It's supposed to be a temporary means to an end. And for him, he just likes, and that's why. What was it? And he thinks like this. It's like he had his first wife buried at his golf resort.
The golf course.
The resort labeled a and it's just like, this is how, and to make it a write-off, and that's what it is. Everything is about and then eventually presumably getting tax credits back from the IRS.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would not let this man near Monopoly money. He's no.
Yeah.
I will bet you that we could make him Putin's economist, and he could find a way to make the ruble get even worse. I mean, he's literally that bad.
We had an article the other day. You would have loved being on the show that day, Nick. We were doing 42 show, running through some stuff, but Trump has almost $1 million in unpaid fees to police, fire departments, and other civil servants from his rallies. And some of them go back to 2019.
Well, and the amount of unpaid loans from Deutsche Bank, which is laundering money for Putin to Trump.
Yeah,
these are loans from the Russian bank that they can't normally make, but they can make through Deutsche Bank. And the Russian bank is property of the Tsar Putin.
Yeah.
So he's never calling those in unless Trump ends up not being useful anymore, which he's in a state of about to. But he doesn't have to report any of that as a loss until he reaches the point where.
Yes.
What is it? Oh God, I'm gonna start talking out my ass here if I don't. How can he report them? He can avoid reporting them until a certain point, at which point he has to start repaying them. But that's flexible. So none of that counts as debt. My suspicion is, if you take the Deutsche Bank loans, if you take all the loans, all the fees, everything that he actually owes people, deduct from that and you kind of already know that anyway, because he had such a problem paying the what is it? The money against.
The thing to do with the trial and stuff there. He had to start selling off and liquidating right away, right?
Yeah, they didn't want him to not pay his fines if he loses his appeals, so he had to pay presumably the full amount to insure against him losing the appeal and then not paying. So they're just like, we're going to assume you're going to lose and you get your money back if you win. And then he got that reduced to, was it a quarter, a fifth? I don't remember. It was a significant reduction.
He's quite a bit. Like, the kind of thing that makes it so, I only have to sell 2, not 4 things or something, right?
And but if he loses the appeal, which he's going to, then
he had to get to liquid fast, right? He was in a panic there,
Yep. And then the stock in Truth Social, a lot of which I guess is money, it's crashed. So he lost like 1.2 billion in like a day and a half.
That was hilarious.
I can't wait for when all this is over, and he'll have a YouTube channel, and it'll be one of those like kind of YouTube channels like you want to be rich, you want to get rich quick, you've got no money, sign up to my 10-part course, and I'll teach you how to live like a king with no money whatsoever, and you'll be in debt for the rest of your life.
It'd be a 75-year-old Billy Mays hawking shit on social media.
want to answer a question in the live chat. PJ CNET, how was Truth Social ever worth so much? That's a really good fucking question. It was highly overvalued, and it was done so deliberately. People decided that because there is a $2,500 campaign maximum that you can donate, what they would do is deliberately inflate True Social prices by everybody buying True Social and considering that how to donate to the campaign. So there was this massive organized effort to deliberately pump up True Social's value so that you could give more money to Trump than you were legally allowed to give. This was huge, and the value, everyone's sitting there. It didn't like hit the value of Apple or anything like that, but it hit the value of a long time respected business, which it absolutely is not. It was over.
Yeah, there was stock watchers, respected people, just like, this is a joke, right?
Yeah. And then what happened was, once it started to look like he might actually lose, they're like, I don't want to hold on to this stock if he's not going to be president. And so all of a sudden it started plummeting again.
Yeah.
And he did not, if he were smart, it'd have gotten out when he could. Now, getting out could cause it, of course, to plummet.
Well, he wasn't allowed to do anything for
that's right, because he was because they had gone public so soon. He's still under the injunction. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, so he had to sit there and just watch it crash around him, right?
Nothing
that son of a bitch could do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He must have literally been on the phone going, sorry, Stormy, but I can't afford you this week.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It worked. So how can we turn the Shills into a multi-billion industry? So because there's a very nice yacht I've got my eye on, and it's quite nice.
Well, we just have to bankrupt all our viewers, right? So
We'll keep them on our side because they're the original ones. We'll do a pyramid scheme. We'll get them to sign other people on, and we'll fleece them. And the people in the chat right now, we got your names logged, and you'll be at the top tier of the pyramid, and so you'll get lots of money too. Yeah. You'll get a smaller yacht, not the same as big as mine. But,
Now I know all of you out there watching right now at this minute are worried about Dunk's yacht. I'm worried about Dunk's yacht. I'm worried about it. How about you?
Yeah.
You can't just sit and talk about it. Dunk's yacht is not going to build itself and float itself out into the ocean. So what are you, the viewer, going to do about Dunk's yacht?
Yeah.
I think everyone here should donate $30,000 to Dunk's yacht. Because combined, this Shills audience
could do it.
Do anything. Do you believe in yourself? Are you going to listen to the people who say we can't get $30,000 from every random member of the audience for Dunk's yacht?
What's a second mortgage on your house really worth? Come on.
Exactly.
I'm doing the math. There's 78 people watching, $30,000 a piece. Fucking hell, that's over £100.
Well, it's sort of because there is going to be a percentage off the top for the guy who
okay, Nick. Yeah. All right. Yes. You get the bigger yacht first.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to get a plane. You can get the yacht. I'm not my yacht. You're not. Yeah, you think too small for me.
And no propeller powered bullshit either. Yeah, he's going right to the Lear family. You know?
Yeah. When I say yacht, I don't mean like an inflatable dinghy you buy from the pound store.
Okay, well, you know what? You weren't specific. That's not my fault. I mean,
no bugger.
Oh yeah. So it turns out what we need is a whole whack of oil drums, some angle iron, and plywood, and we're gonna get Dunk sailing.
Hold on. I know someone who's got all that. Hold on a sec. Vance, JD. Hold on a sec. I got it here.
Yeah, we'll get the oil drums. We're like a steel band.
Don't worry. Yeah. Oh God, no pan flutes though, right? No pan flutes. I'm still scared of them from the South Park episode where they tried to take over the world or something, or they were saving the world, or I don't remember what it was, but it was scary.
Yeah,
even in animation.
You just hate Peruvians.
I do not.
I don't know. Wow.
He's such a racist.
This is why I've been keeping my mouth shut in the corner.
He's been nothing but racist all night, I tell you.
That'll be the one moment the YouTube algorithm catches on and goes, really? We'll demonetize that show, right?
I'm sorry, Dick, but if you think there's only one moment on any of your episodes that YouTube latches onto, YouTube's already got you figured out. It's like, okay, the first 106 minutes.
Hate us so bad.
They don't call me Dangerous Dunk for nothing.
Funny thing though, Nick, we've been working on it.
To say it.
We've been working on it, and we've got the 42 show where it's mostly monetized now. But anytime we do like an after show or a pub chat, it doesn't work out well.
I'm not looking forward to getting back to. I've got a buddy of mine who does analytics. He's like, we got to talk about your show. I was like, do we really? I'm not sure we do. Like,
hire somebody for $0 to have that conversation for you. Trust me.
I think that's a great plan.
What are you doing
tomorrow?
You can invite me on your show. I can help you analytics.
Absolutely, we'll have you talk to the analytics guy, and he'll be just like,
I can make your algorithm tank.
Oh yeah,
he's like, is Yoda trying to explain to me why the F word causes a drop in the algorithm?
No, it's the C word. Trust me.
Well, that's why I come on. What I do is I try new material here, and if it tanks you, I don't do it on in time.
Yeah. He gets a hold of me the next day, and he goes, "Give me the timestamp for the demonetization, right? Just to make sure, right?"
Yeah, you should see my other channel that is really rocking. I just do all the testing on here. Try it out first, and then I'll put my other persona on my other channel.
Yeah, he wears a leather mask, and
that's my OnlyFans, and I'm happy to talk to you about it, but it's $89.95 an hour. So if you want to talk about that kind of business, that's fine. But that was my understanding was we weren't going to talk about the mask, the ball gag, or any of that other stuff. It's up to you. I mean, if you got the cash, people could super chat too.
Right. Jets take fuel. So if you got the cash, right?
It costs money. All I'm saying is it costs money for me to talk about the ball gag. I'm just saying.
And it costs money extra to put it in different places.
Yeah. Some are squishy, some are not.
Oh dear Lord! So here's a question I wanted to ask: Have you guys discussed the lisp yet, and what the hell was up with that? Because I haven't heard any theories about
drugs.
That. Well, I've heard one or two theories, but
drugs.
Well, that seems like just too easy an explanation. But
who's lisp?
Trump in that stupid interview with Musk.
He was doing and his tongue. It sounded like his tongue was like so swollen that it was that. Yeah. If you listen to clips of it, you're going to sit there and say, "This can't be real. This is somebody just joking."
He'd been looking at porn star for half an hour, and his tongue was getting on.
He was trying to find Vance's bunghole, but he got stuck at the
He was licking Vance's super clean.
Let's not get that one wrong. That is the exact reverse. So he was interviewed why he picked Vance, and you know what he said, right?
What did he say?
He likes me the most.
Oh yes, yeah. After all the hate
he said he likes me the most. And so for Vance, it's just this opportunistic. He's just like, so he's gushing over Trump. He doesn't like Trump at all.
I hate this guy. I love this guy.
He's just like, and he's got his, what was the line from The Sopranos? He's got his tongue so far up Trump's ass that he can taste Brill cream. I mean, it's just like he's tasting the orange tanner that goes into
Here's a question. Is a question for you though, because I mean, it was a very, very odd decision for Trump to actually pick Vance because, like you say, he just fucking hates him. And I know there was kind of like this idea that he represents another part of America that might help even things out for Trump's campaign. But do you think Vance might have like accepted it, hoping that Trump is just going to drop out and then he would be like the presumptive nominee for president?
That's interesting. I had never considered that. I think
it takes a dumb fuck like me to think of that.
That's really fucking clever, actually. So I would never have thought you'd be behind that thought. Don't worry. But that's interesting. I think prior to the assassination attempt, nobody considered he would drop out under any set of circumstances. There are rumors that he's actually thinking of dropping out. I don't think his narcissism will let him do it.
No.
There are rumors that he's actually that what he's attempting to do is actually tank his own campaign. So it's do split the difference, not drop out, but not win. Vance. I don't think Vance is clever enough to do it. So you're smarter than Vance, which isn't saying a lot. Just I'm pretty sure you're aware of that.
Well, me for president then.
It's a nice theory. I'm disinclined to go with it, but I'm going to think about that one because I think that's an interesting. I think it was just an opportunity. Look, whoever is the VP nominee in one cycle has better than a 50-50 chance of being the presidential nominee in the next cycle.
Next time, yeah.
So I think that's what he's thinking.
It was definitely a good job opportunity for him to
either that or he just saw he probably did when he was talking with Trump. They went on Trump's personal plane and he saw the lazy boy and he said, well, if I have access to this, if I have 24 access to this vehicle and you can guarantee me alone time with the lazy boy, by
the time their campaign is finished, you will never be able to hear JD Vance fart again. No friction.
I remember when we used to make similar jokes about Clinton in the White House, and that they'd have to like sanitize the whole Oval Office, all the shenanigans he was doing there. And I was just like, it was disgusting. It was nauseating. I'm like, can we please go back to that time? Because the days are running now between Trump and JD Vance. The moral majority on the right. Oh my God, it's a joke now. It's like,
now, okay. For the moral majority on any side, I've got to go and get my wine top up in a second. But on that point, I would imagine that the White House has probably had to been hosed down pre-Clinton. I think there have been so many shenanigans that's happened in that room. You don't need to bring Clinton into it. I bet you Jimmy Carter's had his nuts out on the table. I mean, I'd imagine all sorts of things have been going on.
Yeah,
in that
Clinton
place.
and the cigar is the least of their worries, right?
I'm going to be going to sleep in like a half hour, and now you're talking about Jimmy Carter's nuts. What are you doing to me?
What do you think Abraham Lincoln was hiding underneath that hat? Just like fucking dildos, left, right, and center. He's like, oh, come on.
Do you think Jimmy Carter had that shit-eating grin during a teabag? I mean,
Yeah, that was a smiling thing. That was an ouch grin. Not at the pub again. Right, hang on. I'm going to go get it. I'll be back.
You probably should. Oh, what are we at here for time? Let me just look. We try not to let them run too long. We've already crossed 2 hours. Well, we've already crossed 2 hours. So as soon as you do that, you're going to get less promotion in the algorithm because it's longer than 2 hours, right? That is still a truth in the YouTube thing for sure. So we're fucked now. We'll just do what we want.
You're already. So we every now and then, as soon as and this was actually Titan's idea. I was like, oh, this is a really good idea. we decided we were going to play music that was going to get us demonetized. Now, we weren't going to get a strike, but it was going to get us demonetized. It was like Aerosmith or something like that.
John Henley, are you listening?
And then once that happened, I was just like, there's so many songs I'd like to play. He goes, well, we'll just play them all now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What do you mean? He's just like, they can't demonetize you again on the one show. So just I was like, you're fucking. So we just started playing every song you cannot play on YouTube, and we're just playing it on a show, going like, the whole. And it's just
we had a New
Yeah.
Year's show about 3 years ago, and I got 95 copyright claims on one stream. Not strikes, but stream. It was like a 12-hour drunk, and we were just playing music. I think I set a record. Well,
and I thought I had set a record. We didn't hit 90. We hit something like 30 or 35. And what I love about that is that's such an FU to YouTube too, because I'm sitting there going like, okay, this stream's probably going to make 6 cents. So how do you divide 6 cents?
Yeah, but it's still more than they get from Spotify. It really is.
I'm kidding.
Right? Spotify, they get like 0.04 cents a stream or something. Whereas like on that New Year's stream that we did, we had about 1,300 viewers. And as such, the shared monetization, everybody would have got about 25 times what they would have got on Spotify. And the result is all these people who put up blocks on videos and copyright claims for streaming songs, instead of just doing shared fucking monetization, have actually thrown away shitloads of money because they're idiots.
Oh, and then people.
Why aren't we seeing more like radio show style things on YouTube then?
Well, Twitch just came up with a new thing, the DJ program, because they realized this is a thing. And YouTube, if you go back like 3-4 years ago when we used to do DJ streams, a lot of them got copyright takedowns like a month later and stuff. And we stopped doing it because we were getting in so much shit it wasn't funny. But a lot of those same bands that used to fuck with us back then now don't do that because they realize that YouTube actually makes them more money.
And then other people say or get interested in the band too. I mean, so I'd like to just for a moment, I want to point out that nobody's funded Dunk's Yacht Fund, and I really thought I did a pretty good job of that.
It's only $33,000 measly dollars.
We haven't seen anyone just put, and it's like I'm going to kind of take it personally because I don't come on here all the time. I haven't been on in a while.
How dare you guys upset Nick like this? How dare you? How dare you?
Breaking my heart.
Yeah. Do you see what it's doing to him?
It's not for me. I'm only taking 75% off the top. It's for Dunk. It's for Dunk.
Next, last name or Suitor?
I tell you what, it's been a while since anyone took 75% off the top of me.
Listen, these suits aren't free. They're about $400, as you know.
I don't know they can cut any more than 15% of my age.
I've never seen anything at a thrift store worth $400.
Oh, that's it. That's it. You're on the list. I am fucking keeping the list now, and Dick is like, oh, wow. You're already in the top 3 positions. I didn't realize you could get on this list more than once.
Ask the FBI. I'm on all the lists.
Yeah, he's on multiple positions. There's pictures. I've seen it written in truck stops.
Yeah, I'm wanted like internationally under like 14 false names, but nobody knows it. So we'll just move on.
Yeah. Even Dick doesn't know what his name is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's why I always talk. I can never tell who you're talking to, right? I don't know. No.
Let's see who else is in the. It's a little weird. It's like some of these names here in the live chat is like, I think I know this person, but I don't know. And I can't tell if it's because I'm getting old or I've been away for so long. And Dunk, that was a rhetorical question. That was not one you're actually expected to answer. So let me just cut you off there.
Shutting up, sir.
We need the romper room mirror. I see Spartacus and Simone and Andrew and Salt and.
So do you guys have any predictions? Who do you think is going to win?
I say Kamala takes it by a margin of 17%.
Yeah,
Okay, so Dick calls it for whatever by a margin of
gold medal at the 400 meters. I think.
The broad, the chick, the woman.
And Dunk, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I think she's going to win gold at the 400 meters. She'll be fine. She might even win the breakdance because the competition is pretty low. put a black chick on the floor breakdancing.
Don't give her a blue uniform. It didn't work out for anyone.
Do the kangaroo. Yeah, no. What are you
talking
about? Win what?
Oh my God.
Who's going to win? Who's going to win what? What?
Nick just sent in a $20 donation. I feel sorry for you, Dick. You have to put up with this fucking guy every week.
$20 won't buying enough cream.
We put on I'll try to get a copy on your Discord. We put it on our Discord. There was somebody who was interviewing a black woman in the South who owns a Trump store, and everything's all Trump. She's even got these plastic cards. Yeah, she's got these plastic cards. They're white, and it says white privilege card, and it's like you just show these to the cops and they'll let you go. And apparently people are like, yeah, I've actually seen that work. And in it was a Confederate flag swimsuit, and it was a female one-piece swimsuit, and apparently
I like it.
You're not the only one. So apparently one of the in-time supporters has sent me a one-piece swimsuit because I'd like to see me in a Confederate flag, and I'm just saying
it's not Commander McMillan, is it?
It wasn't a hard no, but I'm going to be. I mean, really. I mean, it's got a Confederate flag on it, and it's a woman's swimsuit.
Well, you want to stuff it because the stuffing doesn't last in the water, right? You know.
Well, listen, this is what I mean. The other thing is it just depends on how, when, and where, because the reality is this is actually a $200 suit. And I could tell you how or why. You'd figure it out if I stood up. So, I mean, the swimsuit wouldn't change a thing. You just see the top of it.
Yeah. Old ratty boxers.
Boxers. Oh, that would lower the strike rate on the channel by some margin if I was wearing boxers. That's a good idea.
Probably.
Thank you.
Probably. Yeah. Just remember the lesson from that U.S. politician. Don't mute your mic thinking it also turns your camera off and pull your shit out to have a play.
Yeah. Oh, dear Lord.
During COVID?
If you are wearing boxers, please don't do an unboxing video.
We may have to. Those are pulling in the top of the top 10 YouTube videos. The top 10 channels, like the top 6 are unboxing. It's like, what the fuck?
I don't get that. Do you get? Is there some weird connection to happy drugs in the brain from watching somebody else get excited about opening something that you don't have? I don't get it.
I can sort of understand it because it's like, oh, I got something in the mail. Oh, what is it?
It's not you. It's somebody else.
No, I realize that, but there's still that kind of like dopamine hit from that. Possibly, I might be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, I very strongly object to the poll that's just been. I would appreciate if no one like actually answers that poll.
Okay, I'm going to answer it right now. Then.
Annette nailed that one, man. I can't wait to see the result because either way is just disturbing and wrong, right?
Well, fortunately, it's non-binding. So,
what? Your swimsuit? A special coating on it so it's not binding.
Yeah. You can get all sweaty and just peel
I
it
won't
right
be able to
off.
answer that till it comes in the mail. Did I just say come to the mail? Sorry, we're back to JD Vance. I just can't say on
UM, let's go for clarity here.
Oh.
What do we got here? Okay. We're over 2 hours. Nick has been up a little bit late. He's getting silly.
Kidding. He's getting in the mood. What are you talking about?
Dunk is wasted and been up way too late, so he's been in the mood for a while.
I with that hard pizza, that's affected me horrendously. That pizza, it's made me back out
in your life, but I'm not sure what it is.
It's all that methamphetamine I put on the pizza.
Well, you got to be careful where you get your candies, your lollies, whatever. You know? Did you see that one, Nick? In New Zealand, somebody donated a bag of little candies, like, twist open little candies, and they were laced with methamphetamine.
I did not see that one.
Yeah, it's a very strange story. Kids getting sick and stuff. I mean, it's funny, but it's really not funny. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones.
Each sweet has 300 times the usual dosage.
Yeah, 3 grams of methamphetamine per candy.
Jesus.
That's a serious dose, dude. You know what I mean?
That's a serious sweet.
And I know you know what I mean. Oh, shit. I told you I would never. I'm sorry.
To be fair, all those stories I told you, I was smart enough to grossly underreport because I was pretty sure that you were going to leak them anyway.
We were never going to cover Nick's methamphetamine problem.
I figured he was talking
it's
about
not Listen, it's not a problem. I could always find them anytime I was looking for them. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you may have issues.
I can't even spell it. No one take it.
It's only a problem if you can't feed the addiction. So let's be honest. But we should get out of here. I'm going to take 20 minutes and have a snack. I do have a few more beers in the fridge. I'm going to transition them over to my new little fridge. See this? Nick, you missed it earlier, but I got a little Coca-Cola branded fridge now. So the idea was I wouldn't have to get up to get beer during the show. But I only put 3 in it. So halfway through the after show, I had to get up to get beer. It's just, can't wait
to do the math,
buddy.
It was working now for you until you had to add past 4.
Yeah. But if anybody feels like it, give us 20 minutes. Well, probably not Dunk because he'll be going to bed. And Nick, he just can't be bothered because he only pretends to like people. But maybe some of us.
No, that's rude. I only pretend to like you guys. Everyone else I genuinely like.
That's true. That's true. Right. Yeah.
You guys.
I pay him $60 a month to say that too. So, but
and we do a very good job of pretending to like you too.
I got less. That I was not as impressed genuinely with your acting skills.
I'm still waiting for my fucking yacht, you bastard.
Fair enough. Well,
true fact. If you use a glass dildo and just push Nick in the tummy, he giggles like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Can you put it glass? But yeah. I mean,
all the tummy.
Okay. Once again, laser sight, and I just walked. Son of a bitch.
Sorry, it's every time every time you lean to one side, that in time thing behind you looks like a target.
Yeah,
it's like Trump. I'm trying to get you, but just every time just lean over.
That's good. Keep you distracted. Just look at the pretty lights, Dunk.
Oh, that's funny. So if anybody feels like hanging out, give me 20 minutes. I'll be in the Discord live chat, not for a long time, right? Because tomorrow I have to adult and stuff, but I'll be in there for a little while. And let's see. We'll turn to Nick. Thoughts and wrap-ups here. What do you think?
Oh God. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a lot of fun. And you know, we didn't get. I'm sorry, I do feel bad for Dunk. We didn't get that 30,000, but you know, there's always next time.
Yeah, next time.
Thank you so much for having me, and I think everybody already knows my show is In Time. We're a news show, and you know, on occasion there's actually.
It depends how you lean, because sometimes you just look like this.
Well, and that's sort of the thing. We do the show backwards.
It says in me.
So, well, no.
Yeah, if you're just sitting right, it just says in me.
So basically, we are a professional news organization tailored to people with dyslexia, and I'm not ashamed of it. I think that's a space and a need that hasn't been filled in our society for quite some time. And these two gentlemen obviously don't mind making fun of people who have disabilities like dyslexia. And you will find us much more respectful on my show. And I hope you guys will come down and see it.
Where's the invite? I'll be on. I'll help you out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, hold on. I can write your invite. Kiss my ass. Hold on. I'm sending you the link right now.
I'm going to piss my fucking pants. Jesus Christ.
You didn't say pants were required for the show. Wait a minute. What?
You're not wearing pants. Shut up.
In a month.
You can't afford to wear pants.
So
we're doing a fundraiser on Sunday for pants for Dick.
Whereas I can afford to, with me, it's just a choice. I choose not to.
Well, as you all can see, Nick does a news show just like us, except ours has humor, his doesn't.
That's for the most part. Unfortunately, that is true. You know, when things explode and people are dying, we sit there and say, you know, maybe there should be a little respect for that, as opposed to
I walked into that. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
You can't find a joke in that. Come on.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay, Dunk. What do you think?
I don't.
You've proven that for a few hours tonight, but you know you still got to say something.
No, it's been a lot of fun. Great to see you, Nick. You look always lovely to see your lovely chubby little beady face, and it's great that you. I love the fact that you've been sitting there this whole time with a pen in your hand. You've never taken notes at any one moment.
He's trying to trick you into thinking he's intelligent.
Well, that's what I do on my show with the pen. On this show with the pen, when I say something truly stupid, I wave this so that hopefully Dunk notices this instead of what I just said. Catches on to what I said. Exactly. There you go. So this is the only defense I have.
Yeah, you should swap it. You should swap it for a pipe. You know,
it's a white flag.
I got one. Where'd that go? Oh, I got a nice Churchill.
Anyway, love you all.
Right.
Love you all. Are we doing credits in the?
No, but we're doing a reminder. We got Ukraine update tomorrow. We're going to be doing some reading of reviews of Ukrainians that are now in New Ukraine, the Oblast of Kursk, and we'll see how that goes. We got Starsky and a few showing up. We're going to have some fun. Nick, I hope you can make it, and join us tomorrow, fellow babies. But we're out of here because at this point, I'm going to say something stupid. I've had too many beers. Let's go.
That was about fucking time. This was the whole show's about.
Wait a minute. We got to thank the team. We got Annette who runs the teams in the background. We got PJ CNET running the news team. We got Shayna Caldwell, Crazy Cat, Leslie Bowe, Super Chat Matt. Thanks, everybody.
No.
Get the hell out of here and do something useful with your life, because you sure ain't doing it here. Good night, everybody.
Off you fuck.